In today's gospel, as Jesus calls together the 12 apostles, in many ways the church begins to take shape. What I'd like to draw our attention to, though, is that before Jesus names the 12, he spends an entire night in prayer. That is, before Jesus lays the foundation for his church, he spends an entire night listening to and speaking with his Father. In the first reading, Paul exhorts the Ephesians and us that we are God's adopted sons and daughters, and thus members of his household. Paul quickly notes that God's household is set squarely on the foundation of those people who have gone before us, the apostles, the prophets, and I would add those men and women who for generations have been passing on the faith. Paul also highlights that it is Jesus who is the capstone. Now, in architecture, the capstone is that center stone in an arch. And if someone were to take an arch and remove that keystone, the entire thing would fail and crumble. And so, that which is true in architecture is also true for you and me. Just as Jesus needed and wanted to be in full relationship with his Father, so too do you and I need to be in relationship with God. Because the fact of the matter is this, that if we're not connected to Jesus and thus connected to his household, the church, we run a high risk of failing and crumbling. So on this great feast day of Saints Simon and Jude, Saint Simon, who is the cousin of our Lord, and Saint Jude, who is the patron saint of lost causes, may we ever remain in constant connection with our Lord in prayer, lest we also run the risk of becoming lost and crumble.